This is the voice of Nia Nkosi, and you're listening to the Love Potion Podcast with T. Davy and Billy Cakes.
Welcome to the Love Potion Podcast. This is going to be an interesting episode because we're not going to talk about video games. No, because it's April Fool's Day. So we're going to have an off-topic podcast where we don't talk about video games.
Not at all. We haven't got one question. We haven't really done a prep sheet for this one. We normally do, but we
yeah, we have no plans, right?
We got loose plans. So very quickly, because you obviously bring up April Fools and you come up with this idea. Are you big into April Fools or the little things in the year, or are you not that into it, or you just thought this would be a laugh?
I'm probably really not that into it, but I'm always interested. When on April 1st, when things get a little bit strange with, it's interesting. So I figure, why not do something a little different? So.
Are you one for a prank or not?
I do like pranks. But I kind of don't limit myself to April 1st. It could be, a prank can happen at any point. So,
have you got any examples?
Yeah, good. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. When I was younger, okay, so I played a prank on somebody. It was actually a group prank, so it required the coordination of my brother and me. We both worked at the same company. And one of my best friends also worked at the company. And we decided to play a prank on him. So they were tech support. So I called into tech support pretending to be a customer. And I said, I can't log into my account. I don't know what my password is. And so normal procedure is they verify who you are, and then they look up your password, and then they give you your password. Like, this is your password. Now you can log in. Well, I made the password like a bad word. I can't remember exactly, like buttfucker or something. And so he basically had to say that, right? So he said that to me, and then I got all mad at him. It's like, no, that's not my password. I would never have a password like that. That is disgusting. And so my brother on the back end is changing the password to something like treetop or something. And then I said, I want to speak to somebody else. And he says, okay, sir, but this is your password. I'm telling you it's your password. So he transfers the call to my brother. And my brother says, no, your password is treetop. And then he looks at the screen and he goes, like, what? Like, wait, no, that's not what it said. And then he transfers the call back, and I'd say, okay, I don't know what this prank's all about, but that was not my password, and I want to speak to your manager right now. At that point, he recognized my voice, and it was over. But it was funny while it lasted.
That's pretty good. You just gaslit your friend.
Yeah.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, and it wasn't associated with April Fools or anything. We just, I don't know, when you work at a place and you're basically you're all friends, you're always coming up with crazy ideas. So that was just another day.
You got to make the workplace fun.
Yep.
So we started with NLT telling us that he just came back from lunch, and you had chicken enchiladas. I have a food question that's been controversial because this was brought up on Davy's server actually. So shout out to the folks on Davy's server if they listen. But if you have chicken that is in a bun or between two pieces of bread, is it a chicken sandwich or a chicken burger?
Chicken sandwich. I never heard someone call that a chicken burger.
Us in the UK, we call it chicken burgers. Like you go to KFC, that's a chicken burger. Or the McDonald's McSpicy, that's a chicken burger.
Yeah, in the US, if you ever said that, they beat you up. So
oh yeah, I know. My friend tried to over the Discord. Yeah.
That's a good one. Interesting. I would say chicken burger if it's in a bun, but again, I've never really given it that much thought. So
let us know in the comments. What do you think?
Yeah, chicken burger or chicken sandwich.
Yeah. You said you have Mexican like a lot of the week. Is that your like go-to snack when you're working?
For lunch, typically every other day I'll have Mexican food for lunch, and every other day I'll have Mexican food for dinner. And I try really hard not to have Mexican food for lunch and dinner, but every now and then it happens. So, so yeah, I eat Mexican food at least 7 days a week.
Damn.
Is there a particular reason?
Well, there's a lot of Mexican restaurants around here, and they
Mm.
all taste amazing. So that's basically the only reason.
How much do you actually cook, or are you like the
0.
Okay, so you're just like the chronic Uber Eats person in your neighborhood kind of thing?
Oh yeah, I do. Drone. There's a place that delivers by drone, and then I do Uber
No.
Eats. So there's like cars and drones flying to my house like all the time.
That is like, so I have never seen that in my life. I know I live in like a small rural part of the country, but that is wild to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my neighbors kind of recognize like I'm like the Uber Eats guy or like the Uber guy because yeah, cars are just random cars show up to my house all the time. Drones fly to my house all the time. Yeah, I literally never cook. I eat out every single meal. So
Damn.
it saves time though.
So what's in your fridge?
Oh gosh, what's in my fridge? Stuff I probably should throw away. Okay, there's a plate of butter in my fridge that it's just an open stick of butter on a plate. It was from Christmas. I saw
Can
it
you
thrown
send us a
away.
picture of your fridge so we can put this on the in the video?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, there's my fridge is mostly empty. Well, I don't want to call it empty. It's random and weird.
Is there any like beers or certain drinks in there, or?
A lot of protein water.
Mm.
But no beers. I don't drink alcohol or anything, so just a bunch of protein water, maybe some juices, some fruits sometimes. Every now and then I'll Uber eat some groceries to my house and fill my fridge with fruits. Because I do eat fruits, so
When was like the last time you done like a weekly shop?
like go out to a grocery store.
Yeah.
Um, you know what? Okay, honestly, the last time I went to a grocery store, it was a date.
Mm.
It was like my girlfriend at the time wanted to go grocery shopping. And I'm like, well, we just order online. I was like, no, let's go out. So it's like we went out and going grocery shopping was our date. That was probably 8 months ago, maybe.
Damn.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It is wild. It's interesting though, because I think like if you go out with someone to like kind of a very like basic outing, you learn a lot about that person, right?
Yeah.
Like I was talking to someone at work myself the other day, and they were like, "Oh, what are you going to do tonight?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going out for wings." And they go, "It'd be a horrible first date to go out for wings." And I go, "But it also could be interesting because you'd see how they eat. So it could go one way or
Yeah.
the other."
Yeah.
Is that a big thing for you?
For me, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just interesting to observe people do like very basic things and see if they
Right.
do it differently. You know what I mean? Because like, what if they're just like a feral animal and they're just super messy, and that's not something you like, or they're like so picky and particular that you're like, what is wrong with you? Like, eat your damn food. It's just an interesting thing, right? To observe.
Yeah.
But that's
I
just
can see
my
that.
my own observation.
Yeah, and wings actually, what would tell you a lot about wings is if someone's self-conscious about looking strange, they
Hmm.
would not want to eat chicken wings. Same goes with like tacos. Tacos are so messy to eat, right? You
Yeah.
can't eat a taco and be clean and nice and pretty about it. It's
Hmm.
like it's gonna be a mess. So yeah.
Like barbecue food, like as well, like ribs.
Oh yeah, barbecue,
Oh
ribs.
yeah.
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, if you want to test to see if they're, if they're gonna be able to loosen up and be themselves, put a plate of ribs in front of them and say, okay, here we go. This is our first date. Eat ribs.
I made ribs last weekend. I love making ribs. So good.
I
Yeah,
must
ribs are
say,
good.
I've been known to use a fork and knife on eating a burger.
Eating a burger. I'll do that with ribs, actually.
Yeah.
Never a burger though. That's too weird.
It's like too big. Like, you just cut into it. It's easier that way.
With pizza?
I have done with pizza.
Pizza.
If we go to like a nicer pizza joint, I won't just pick it up. No.
You'll use a fork and knife?
Yeah.
I've never done that in my life.
That's like more like Italian though, isn't it?
So you eat pizza with fork and knife, burgers with fork and knife. You call chicken burgers or chicken sandwiches chicken burgers. It's like a whole nother strange culture over there.
Have you ever been, NLT?
Nope. Nope. Never been.
No?
Nope. I've never gone far enough away from my own time zone to be jet lagged. That's how close to home I've stayed my whole life.
You've been outside the US, I'm guessing.
Barely, but yeah. I've been to Mexico, the Mexico-Texas border once, and the Canada-US border twice.
Oh, because you went to Niagara Falls, didn't you?
Yeah, last year, yeah.
Yeah.
And then also as a kid, I did. So those were the two times. And I learned that when you cross the border into Canada, it's not like it was in the 90s. Now you have to have a passport.
Mhm.
Like in my mind, I'm like, well, I didn't need a passport when I was 12. So now
Yeah.
I don't need a password now that I'm in my 40s. Go in there and they go, oh, where's your passport? It's like, I don't have one. I didn't think you needed a passport. It's like, yeah, you've needed a passport for the last 26 years. Like, oh. And so
Whoops.
then they shuffled me to like this facility and they just asked me a bunch of questions and said, okay, you're fine. You can go in. And so then they let me in without a
Okay, nice.
passport. So
Yeah, they have a thing here called like a Nexus card, where you can travel between Canada and the US like freely as long as you have this card, so you don't need your passport. My parents just got
yeah,
it because they
I heard
visit
about
New York
that.
State a bit. Yeah. But it's like a rigorous process kind of thing. But yeah.
Yeah, they asked if I had one of those cards. I'm like, I have no idea what you're even talking about.
I never travel, sir. Please.
Yeah,
Let me
basically, I
cross the
mean, I
border.
was like so shocked. Like, what? You can't just drive wherever you want? It's like I don't get it.
You're quite a homebody then.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, I do travel around the U.S.,
Yeah.
but not really much outside the U.S.
Do you have any like favorite place?
Well, fishing in the Florida Keys is by far my favorite place to go. I've been fishing in the Florida Keys maybe, let's see how many times. Like maybe 33 times or something like that. I go there a lot. I also like the Rocky Mountains. I've been to the Grand Canyon several times, and I've been to Sedona in Arizona several times. I went to Utah a couple years ago. That was a pretty amazing place.
Mm.
California has a lot of really scenic places. I'm going to Yellowstone National Park in about a month for 4 days.
Cool.
That'll be my first time there. But yeah, the U.S. has so many places you can go. Like if you want to go to a tropical rainforest, well, we have them. If you want to go to a desert, we have them. If you want to go to the Arctic Circle, we have that. You want it's like anywhere, any type of biome you can think of, the U.S. has it. So there's not from the perspective of an American, it's difficult for us to, or for some of us, to justify leaving the country. And so, yeah, it's like there's so many places I want to see in the U.S. I still haven't gone to. It's like I'm kind of trying to get those off of my bucket list before traveling too much farther away. So,
okay, so you mentioned fishing in the Florida Keys 33 times, which is pretty incredible. You shared with us maybe a year or so ago about a story of you catching a shark. Can you tell the fans a little bit about that?
yeah, so I've been fishing in the Florida Keys a lot, and it didn't start out this way, but eventually I just got really interested in shark fishing and seeing like what kind of shark species I could catch or something. Not to eat them. I never ate a shark. I mean, I would eat other fish, but wasn't really interested in like catching them, but more like or eating them, but more just like catching them and letting them go. Just as a challenge because they're big, they're powerful, they're kind of difficult to target, and there's a lot of different species, and they're really cool looking. Like, I don't know, I just really like sharks. So yeah, I've been fishing for sharks a long time. So I have a lot of interesting catches. Like, I've caught several great hammerhead sharks, which, if you catch them in deep water, they're very difficult to catch because they're very good at positioning their body to like dive down. So like when you're shark fishing, you can kind of tell what kind of shark you have on the line based on the way it moves.
Okay.
And if a shark feels like just a boulder that you're like you can't get off the ground, it's probably a really big hammerhead shark, or even a medium-sized hammerhead shark. A hammerhead shark that's 6 feet long could feel like you're trying to reel up a semi truck or something. I mean, it could feel really big. Um, Caught a couple tiger sharks, which they're also pretty hard fighters. Probably they don't go down or kind of hold their position as much as like a hammerhead shark, but they're still pretty tough fighters. Um, but the most interesting thing I ever caught was a great white shark. It was a full-size male great white shark, and I caught it off the Florida Keys. Anyone familiar with that area probably thinks I'm lying right now, but it was off the Florida Keys in about 250 feet of water, probably less than a mile from Sombrero Reef. Um, we were just doing our normal thing. We're out on the boat, just kind of had some lines in the water, just chatting it up. It was a little bit overcast. It was raining, like sprinkling a little bit, so it was very overcast. It was sprinkling a bit, which is kind of unusual for the area. I mean, the area gets a lot of rain, but this was like widespread rain that was just lasting for days. But it wasn't like bad rain; it was just a moderate amount of rain. And there were blackfin tuna schools being pushed into the outer reef in as little as like 80 feet of water, like giant schools of blackfin tuna. So it was very strange. The environment felt different. Like there's something off about it because I've been there a million times and I've never experienced weather like that and like fish patterns like that. And all of a sudden we get a bite on the line, and yeah, I don't think much of it. It's like, oh, okay, well, we probably have like a silky shark or something. Grab the line, start reeling it in. It feels big, but it doesn't feel massive.
Mhm.
And so we kind of don't know what to expect. But what we noticed was that the shark wasn't going down; it was actually coming up. It was coming up and going out. So we were like,
Oh.
well, not a hammerhead shark, not a tiger shark. Um, but it was big, and we're like, what is this? And then it came up out of the water and opened its mouth, and it looked like Jaws, like a scene from the movie Jaws. And we're like, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Okay, so it looked like a great white shark, but that's not possible because we're in subtropical / tropical waters.
hmm
It's it's not going to be a great white shark. It doesn't make any sense. But it sure as heck looks like one, and it's massive. And so eventually we get it close enough to the boat to see it, and sure enough, it was a great white shark. But it was almost like it was toying with us because it was so big that we were like, well, why is it even bothering? Like all it has to do is just swim at full speed away from us, and it's gone. But it's like hanging around, and we started following it with the boat because eventually it started to just truck and go its own way. So we couldn't really, we had to follow it. So we were kind of like walking the shark on a leash almost. And then all of a sudden it just does a 180 and it just comes straight back toward the boat. So I'm like reeling up line, and like my brother's driving the boat, and I said, hey, cut the engines, like you need to back up, you need to turn around because he's heading right for us, and the line's gonna get caught in the motor or whatever. And so we're trying to maneuver the boat, and the shark goes belly up. Now he's swimming upside down at the boat. So he's like his showing his white belly, maybe like 3 feet under the water. And I'm standing up on the front of the boat looking straight down, and he goes right under the boat.
Oh
Um,
dear.
and I looked down, and I was like just in awe of like the size, because not only was he was like 13 feet long, but like he had a massive belly, like he was gigantic. And I knew at that point when he crossed the boat, like the line is going to get tangled in something. It's going to happen. And So what I did was I backed off the drag like immediately to try to like salvage this situation, and I backed it off too quickly, and it backlashed the line, which basically means the line kind of ties itself into a knot inside of the reel. So now I know, like, when the slack is gone, it's going to yank. We're using 150-pound tests, so it was going to yank with roughly 150 pounds. So I grabbed the reel, like hugged it, and then sat down in the boat, prepared to because I didn't want to get pulled overboard, but I also didn't want to lose an expensive rod and reel, and so I was prepared to get drugged to the back of the boat. And so I'm just grabbing onto the rod, sitting down, getting ready to be drugged to the back of the boat by this massive shark. And I had no idea how I was going to salvage the situation. I was hoping my brother would see what was going on and kind of like, okay, so now we have to keep the shark on a super short leash because we don't have a lot of line. And but it was just chaos. And the slack got all lifted up. It yanked really hard on the reel, and then snap, the line broke. And but that was the most interesting, crazy shark fishing story that I have. It was and then I told people, yeah, we caught a great white shark in 250 feet of water off of the coast of the Florida Keys, and it's just such an unbelievable story, but it's true. It actually happened.
That's so cool. What do you think of River Monsters? Have you ever watched the show River Monsters?
Oh, with Jeremy Wade, yeah, I've seen that show. Yeah.
Are you a fan?
You know what? I like fishing. I like to watch fishing. I think this show is over dramatized to a pretty large degree. It's like everything in these waters, if you listen to the way he talks about it, it's like the scariest, most dangerous thing in the world. And it's kind of, as somebody who's caught a lot of massive, sharks, a lot of bull sharks, tiger sharks, hammerhead sharks, great white shark. It's like a catfish, even if the catfish is 6 feet long, is not a danger to a human being. But the way they talk about in the show, it's like if he's not careful, he's gonna lose his leg. Like, no, a catfish is never gonna bite your leg off. It's never gonna happen. But it's entertaining. It's still entertaining.
Yeah,
for sure.
So my parents have done diving in a cage with great whites off South Africa.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, I was then going to ask, would you get in a cage with great whites about, or?
Oh yeah, I mean, if someone didn't stop me, I'd probably just free swim with them. My sense of self-preservation around sharks is probably a little too low, but yeah, I would definitely do a cage for sure.
Have you ever had any scuba diving and ran into something a little bit edgy, or?
Actually, yeah, less than a year ago, I was attacked by a shark while snorkeling at Loo Key. It was kind of self-induced. Like, you're not supposed. If you respect a shark, it'll never attack you. But I wanted to get a really good camera angle on this shark that was swimming by, and I decided to get right up in his face, and it saw the camera, and my theory is he thought I was feeding him something, because I think that at these popular reefs, people feed the sharks even though they're not supposed to. And my camera was on a selfie stick, so it kind of looked like a spear. So like a spear fisherman might spear like a fish and then put the fish in front of a shark, and the shark will eat it off the spear. Like, I've seen people do that. You're not supposed to, but I've seen people do that. And my thought was, he thought I was offering him a fish. And so he tried to bite the camera, and the camera was like a $700 camera. I didn't want him to eat the camera. So I pulled it away really quick, which moves the camera toward me. So then the shark starts coming at me. And I'm like, well, maybe I should have just given him the camera. But then once the shark got close enough and realized that I was not giving him a fish, and he was face to face with me, he did what all sharks do, is they're confused and scared by humans. Like, they don't want anything to do with people. And so when he realized what was happening, he did a 180 and just took off. So I wouldn't test that theory on a bull shark, a tiger shark, or a great white shark, but a reef shark that's like 5 feet long is not going to attack a human unless you're like grabbing at it and stuff something. So, yeah, that was the closest call I've ever had. Um, kind of self-induced. I should not stick a selfie stick right into the face of a shark, and I probably won't do that again. But yeah, that was my closest call.
Did you get a good picture of it?
Oh yeah, the video you could. Oh, let me. I'll send you a screenshot of
Yeah, please do.
there's a frame of the video where the camera is basically in the shark's mouth, and you get a full view down its throat.
Oh wow.
It was yeah, it was fun. Oh, and then apparently about 10 minutes after that, I was actually snorkeling with my girlfriend at the time. And
Mhm.
after that shark incident, I popped my head up and she's like yelling at me and pointing straight down. And I
Oh
look
no.
at her and I think I'm like, okay, she's yelling something, I can't hear it, and she's pointing straight down. And so I'm like, she wants me to come to her. She wants to tell me something, and I need to be close to her. That's what she's signaling. So I,
Mhm.
I go up to her and say, wait, what? What do you want? What do you want? She's like, there was a bull shark, like a massive 10-foot long bull shark, right underneath you while all this was going down. And I was like, I was like, "Oh, you were pointing for me to look down." That's what that signal was. Had I done that and seen a bull shark, I probably would have panicked. But because I'm just confused, like, what is she saying? Like, I very calmly just swam over to her. But I'm kind of glad I didn't see that because I probably would have panicked. But
Mhm.
um, apparently, yeah. So 2 incidences back to back. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, but my sense of self-preservation around sharks needs to be a little bit higher, I think.
So it sounds like you're pretty adept in the water. I also hear that you've played a little bit of golf, as a lot of Floridians do as well. Are you any good at golf?
Um, for as many times as I've played, no. Like I'm better than the average person for sure. Um, so my problem with golf is I get bored at it. So
Mm.
I'll start off okay, but then like on some par five, I'll like hit the ball into the water and I'll go up and look for my ball, and I'll get distracted because I'll see like an alligator or something, and I'll be so interested. And then I'm like, I'm not even thinking about golf anymore. Then I just wish I had a fishing rod, and then the next shot is like horrible, and then I get like an 18 on a par five, and then the whole round's ruined. That's how I golf. So, but my family golfs a lot, so and they take it seriously. So I do golf
Mm.
a lot, but I get distracted very easily. So I have never had a good round of golf. I think the lowest score I've ever gotten on 18 holes is maybe like at a real golf course, maybe like 95. At a more easy golf course, maybe like a 85.
That's pretty good.
Um,
Yeah, that's not bad, eh?
it's definitely better than average. But you would think for someone who's golfed his entire life that I would have a better score than a 95. But
Well, if you're not
nope.
that invested in it, then you're
Yeah.
probably
Well,
not
yeah,
too fussed,
that's
right?
the
Like,
issue. Is yeah, I don't practice. I don't try to improve my game. I just go there to have fun. So
I worked at a golf course for 4 years, and like the amount of people who go in and like see the trainer for like 2 hours every like couple of days, I'm like, and they're just literally just doing it as like a hobby. And I'm like, oh my god, you have so much time on your hands.
hmm
yeah, I mean it's a hard sport and it lasts so long. It's like a round of golf is like almost 4 hours. It's like I
yeah,
can't keep myself entertained for that long. It's like golf needs to be more interesting. I think it's like if it was a mixture between like golf, but every time you hit the ball in the water, it's like if you could catch a fish, then it doesn't count as like a penalty stroke, and then you whipped out like your fishing rod, or like there's an alligator there, and if you can like spot an alligator within 4 minutes, you get an extra stroke. Like if there were rules like that, then golf would be a lot more interesting.
yeah, that's
But just
fair.
hitting a ball and walking to the ball, hitting a ball again. That's fun for like an hour, but after like hour four and you're like sweating, the sun's beating on you, and you've had some
hmm
bad holes, it's like I just want this to be over with.
So what do you do to stay active? I mean, if you're not a big fan of going out on the golf course, because that's a lot of walking, if you're out there and using muscles you don't usually use. If you're chronically at home working and you're ordering all your meals.
Well, I do work out a lot. I go to the gym like 4 days a week. So
Okay, nice.
and I do go on walks every now and then. So I try to stay active, but not really with sports or anything. When I was younger, I used to play basketball. I was really into basketball, but it's I'm 46 years old now. My joints cannot handle it, so I don't do that anymore.
I'm 33 and mine can't handle it, so it's fine.
Yeah, I've noticed that like 33 is kind of the age that it started happening to me. It's like there's something about the early 30s where your joints just start to like give up on you.
Well, that's in the olden days. That's where everyone died. So
yeah, that's a ripe old age back when we were cavemen.
exactly.
So.
I saw something somewhere where there was like 3 significant ages for men, and I think 33 or 34 was one of them, and then the other 2 significant ones is one in your 60s and one in your 70s. And that's where like things will change health wise for you. And I just turned 35, so like I definitely notice things are way different now, even though I still think I'm in like my mid 20s.
Do you notice that you have to like stretch a lot more?
Oh God,
yeah. Yeah, back when I played basketball, after when I got to my like mid to late 30s, I would have to stretch for like literally a half an hour to up to an hour just to play like a 2-hour game. So like 33% of my workout was just stretching. And if I didn't, it was like super painful.
Yeah, I was still playing like football or soccer until I was like 28, 29, and then I just got to the point where I'd wake up the next day and I couldn't walk, and I was just like, this is just not feasible anymore. I done leg day the other week on Tuesday, and I couldn't walk Wednesday. I went too far with leg press.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you're 33, so it's just starting for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Good luck. My recommendation is stretch.
Yeah.
Do you have a sit-stand desk, NLT?
I should, but no, I don't. But what I do is I'll work for like 2 hours, and then I'll get up and play like a game of pool or something for like 10 minutes, and then go back and work for 2 hours.
Are you any good?
Up and not well. Again, I'm probably better than the average person, but I wouldn't call myself good. But yeah, I kind of make it a point to every 2 hours I get up and do something on my feet for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think it helps.
Pool's a good sport. I enjoy it. I played a lot as a kid. I played in a team as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
so you're pretty good at it then.
I was. I'm not anymore. I have my own queue and everything. Now I'm not that good. But so growing up, my mum was a manager of a sports center, so I was either playing squash or swimming, and my dad spent a lot of his evenings watching football in a pub. So I was either in the squash courts, swimming, or on a pool table.
Man, squash is fun and hard as hell.
Yeah, I was playing with some of like the county junior players in like our practice group, and yeah, it was hard.
Yeah,
that'll hurt your body after.
The thing about pool that's so frustrating is like if your aim is just a little bit off, then like you just start missing every single shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you can know what you're doing, but if you're just slightly off, you're no different than just not knowing what you're doing at all. So
I'm not like a big drinker, but whenever I go see my dad, I always have like half a cider. And that always seems to make me better at pool because I seem to relax more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people say like drinking sometimes helps with like mental sports. I used to go to autocrossing, and there was a person there who said like he said if he was a little bit drunk, he was better at autocross. Not that I would recommend anybody race a car while drinking, but this guy claimed it helped.
What sort of cars were you racing?
At the time, I had a Honda S2000. That was my first foray into racing, was in a Honda S2000. And I kind of stuck with it. I've owned 3 Honda S2000s because I totaled the first one, I
How?
destroyed the transmission in the second one, and so I ended up owning 3 over the course between 2000 and 2010. I owned 3 Honda S2000s, and I tracked them all the time. I kind of they were not treated very well. They had a lot of rough miles on
What was your first car?
them. First car ever was a 1977 MGB. It was
Mm.
British racing green.
Beautiful color.
Yeah, it was a convertible. And in Texas, the law is you have to have a license plate on the front and back of your car. But instead of putting a legal license plate on the front of my car, I put a British flag on the front of my car. And I got in trouble a couple times, but they would always be like, "It's you're not supposed to have that, but it's fine." So I got away with it.
I had my number plate mounted incorrectly on my MX-5, and I got £100 fine for it. So.
Oh, really?
Jeez.
Yeah, I always get let go, which is not good because they're not teaching me a lesson. Because still to this day, I have never put a legal license plate on the front of my car.
So the police aren't teaching you a lesson. Sharks aren't teaching you a lesson.
No. Yeah, every time
Who
I get
is?
pulled over, they tell me you're supposed to have a front license plate, and I go, "Oh, really? I didn't know that." That's like that's my line. And then they say, "It's okay." It's like so I've had that conversation like 14 times.
I mean, I'm no good at the car conversation.
What was your first car? Come on.
My first car, well, I guess it was a car that my dad got through a friend from an old lady in town. It was a Volvo. It was a 4-door Volvo. I can't remember what it was in terms of model, but it was older, and it had like heated seats and a little bit of like bougie stuff in it,
I mean, that's
considering it
good
was
for
an
where
old
you are.
car. Yeah, definitely. And I loved driving it. But then my brother got into a fender bender and fucked the frame up. So then the car was no good, and I was so mad about it. And then we ended up getting like a Saturn Vue, which was like a weird little like compact SUV.
Yeah.
That was fine to drive, but I mean, I drive a Nissan Kicks, and I like it because it's pretty fuel efficient, and it has a decent amount of storage space, and it's not like a massive vehicle, so it's good for me.
Huh, a Kicks. I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
Is that like a specific to like Canada or something, or
I mean,
like what?
I'm not 100% sure about its availability, but it's like their small compact SUV. They've done a big
Oh, it's an
redesign on
SUV.
it on the 2026 model. So I like the way the new model looks. I obviously like the way the older model looks, but it's been pretty good. Like, we got a pretty good deal on it from a dealership just out of town. It only had like 1,800 kilometers on it because it was like their demo car, so they would just like drive customers back and forth from places. So it was kind of nice because we got it right in I think like a year within the pandemic when that was going on.
Yeah.
And we needed a car to go places, so we got a good deal. It had great mileage. I still haven't even hit 100K on it yet. I've had
That's
it for
nice.
almost, I think, 5 or 6 years. So I'm gonna drive it in the ground.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know if you have a Nissan Jukes NLT in America, but that's apparently the equivalent over here.
I don't really know. I know the Nissan Leaf. My niece has a Leaf.
I've been in a Leaf. They seem interesting.
Yeah, from a fuel efficiency standpoint, it's obviously it's a good car to have, and it's not super expensive. So
No.
Collecting NLT, you've got how many cars? 3, 4?
currently I have 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about, do you collect anything else? Because cars is a big hobby of yours. We know that. But like inside your house or throughout your life, has there been anything that like in particular where you're just like, I want to have a lot of these and preserve them and keep them pristine?
Not really. I'm
Hmm.
not a big collector, I guess. It's like I have a lot of like half-assed collections. Like I have like model cars, like toy model cars, but like I stopped at like 12, and I just haven't bought anymore.
Mhm.
Um, I like own a lot of antiques. Like I like to go antique shopping, and so
Okay.
I have like a fossil collection, but again, it's not huge, and I haven't bought one in a long time. Um, I like to collect like I have a lot of Mesoamerican artifacts.
Hmm.
That's interesting. What is like art pieces?
Yeah, basically just art pieces.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have a lot. I don't really have an obsession. I guess when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Pogs. I had a gigantic Pog collection.
Oh yeah.
Do y'all
I was a
remember
touch too young
Pogs?
for
Or are
that.
you too young for that?
I was right towards the end of that. I had a tiny little bit of them, but not a lot.
Yeah, I had quite a few. I ended up just giving them all away at one point, and I kind of wish I didn't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Hindsight,
yeah.
eh? It's pretty wild. I had a huge collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that would
Oh
probably
yeah, that
be
too.
worth a little bit of money, and I gave them to my cousins that were from the UK. They were visiting, and I just gave them all away to them because I was like, yeah, whatever. Davey, that probably pains you a little bit because you're the card collector here.
Yeah, I've got a decent amount of Pokemon cards. I'm trying to like not spend all my money on them all the time because it's quite hard at the moment, especially the way
Mhm.
Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all that have gone. And
Yeah,
they've
cards in general are wild.
just gone. Yeah, it's gone crazy. The whole like even sports cards have gone crazy, and all of that as well. Are you still downsizing your Lego?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's an ongoing struggle I have. But
Lego, that's an expensive hobby.
Have you seen Billy's like photos of his Lego?
oh, I should post. Maybe I'll post one. I'll send it to him directly. Well,
Yeah,
that's an old. That was when I lived at home and I had the disposable income and the space to display it all. But now it's like it's way more minimal.
yeah.
I only buy stuff like once or twice a year in comparison to like almost every day. Fun fact: I worked at a toy store, so I got a 30% discount, which is what enabled me to start buying Lego. Because 30%
Nice.
off on Lego is pretty much unheard of.
Yep.
Doesn't usually get discounted, but anyway, enough about me.
Yeah, Lego's crazy. Yeah, but
It's
when I was a kid,
fun.
I had a small collection of Lego, but like it was just too expensive to like, as an adult, I guess I could have bought more, but no, I only was into it as a kid, and my parents were
Mhm.
very limited on what they would let me or what they would buy for me. So my collection was very small, but I did love Lego when I was a kid.
Are you a Star Trek fan?
I love the new Star Trek stuff that they're releasing. I
Okay.
can't stand the old stuff. I love all this new like what is it called? What's Star Trek Picard? That was so good. No, I'm joking. I'm
Okay.
totally joking. I know. I'm just trying to rage bait everybody.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
no. Yeah. I'm not. I was always a Star Wars guy, not a Star Trek
Mm.
guy.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll save that.
Do you watch much TV?
Not really.
No.
Not much anymore. No. I mean, I I probably should. As someone in a creative field, it's nice to consume other people's creative projects, but yeah, time is limited. I did see the movie Project Hail Mary last week. That's
Okay.
like I think that might be my favorite, maybe my second favorite sci-fi movie of all time. If anyone hasn't
What's the
seen
first?
it, it's like you have to go see it. It's incredible.
What's your first?
Jurassic Park is my favorite sci-fi movie, and I doubt anything will ever top that.
Okay.
I really liked that franchise, and then they ruined it.
Yeah, don't ask me about the franchise, but I'm a huge fan of the first one. I
Hmm.
thought the second one was acceptable. I thought the third one was awful. Jurassic World was like kind of fun, I guess. And then the two that came out after that were just horrible. Oh, and actually, no, they came out with three after that because then there's whatever that new one with Scarlett Johansson is. I never even saw it, but I heard it was awful, so I didn't even bother.
We've been
Jurassic Park
rewatching
franchise.
From, which is like the new show by the Lost creators. That's really good. If you're into like dark, like horror thriller, that's really good.
Yeah, I can't watch horrors.
No,
Not my thing. No, I'm a big chicken. I'll admit it.
Oh my goodness.
I just
It's
watch
not
crap
real,
TV.
Billy.
I know. I know. I just watch crap TV with my wife because she likes it, and I can just absentmindedly sit around or play on my Switch, and I'm caught up on basically all things that are Bravo. That you mentioned Utah NLT, that Secret Lives of Mormon Wives show is something.
Oh, really?
It's bad, but it's something. Don't watch it.
It's good bad or bad
No,
bad?
don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Okay.
All I can say is I'm glad Friends is off UK Netflix because I'm sick of tired of watching Friends all the time on TV.
Yeah, I watched it when it originally aired back in the 90s. I watched it, but I haven't rewatched it since. It's been a long time.
I don't think it doesn't necessarily hold up. You know, like
Oh yeah.
Ross is a dick. That's all you need to know.
yeah, it doesn't hold up. One show I really loved that I could watch and have on in the background all the time is that 70s show. I really love that because it's just so funny. Great show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I never actually saw it.
It's pretty good. I would say it's pretty good. They tried to reboot the franchise and make a that 90s show, and I don't know if it's canceled actually. Let me check. But it didn't hit obviously as much.
Do you want to end it there? We've got 8 minutes, so you can get a head start. You two.
8 minutes. What can we talk about for 8 minutes?
Is Jar Jar Binks the worst character in the Star Wars franchise?
Probably, but young Princess Leia might give him a run for his money.
Okay.
Yeah, I think some of the more later Star Wars stuff in the last 5 years could compete. But yeah, Jar Jar was pretty bad. You know what though? If they came out with the Jar Jar show, right? Let's say Vince Gilligan writes a Jar Jar show. I'd be up for it. I'd watch it. I would love to see somebody take on the challenge of making that character work by just being an amazing writer, by just taking like the best writers in the world and like brainstorming the best possible story you could possibly imagine, and then turn Jar Jar Binks into like a compelling character. I would love to see that.
Interesting. Are you going to see the Mandalorian and Grogu movie?
You know what? I mean, if it's a good movie, sure, I'll watch it. I guess the question really is, do I think it's going to be a good movie? No, I don't. And if it's not a good movie, I'm not going to watch it. But if it's a good movie, and you know, I'm open to the idea of new Star Wars being good. They just have to prove it.
So you're very much someone who goes on reviews then?
Oh yeah.
Good question.
I have a few people that I trust, that I watch on YouTube, and if they are convinced it's good, then I'll go watch it.
Who are your top go-tos that you would shout out?
I would think if Jeremy Johns says it's good, that's trustworthy. Yeah, he was probably the one I would trust the most. But I also just go with like to Rotten Tomatoes and just look at the score. A lot of times that score can't be trusted, but it's within the ballpark. Like if Rotten Tomatoes says it's really really good, then it's at least not bad. So
yeah. Okay, I have one more final thing. I'm going to post it in the community management chat we have. NLT, can you load this video on KEXP because it is going kind of viral right now, and let Davey and I know what you think of this Quebec band called Angine de Poitrine. They wear very bizarre
okay, I'm seeing their
costumes.
outfit.
And the music is like a microtonal math rock.
Are you much of a music guy, NLT?
Not particularly. Usually when I listen to music, I'll listen to like video game soundtracks or movie soundtracks. Like the Doom soundtrack. That's like, yeah, I listen to that over and over and over again. All right, listen to this band now.
Okay,
so
I'm
far,
really curious to hear what you're going to think.
Intriguing. It's kind of funny.
Right? But
this is a 30-minute video, so
no, you don't
apparently
have to watch
they've got a lot of content
don't watch the whole thing. It's just bizarre because also one of the things I would encourage you to do is read the YouTube comments as you're listening, because they are hilarious.
This is our reward for a quarter century of Coldplay.
Yeah.
Do you guys do weddings?
My Uber passengers will be forced to hear this all week.
I watched this 14/8 times.
Yeah. I just fired my therapist. One of them that I saw was my wife hates this already.
When I get sick, I
So
want to
funny.
be this sick.
God damn.
Davey, have you watched it?
But you put this in my Discord as well, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I
did.
watched a bit of it and I was just like dumbfounded.
My ears just got a factory reset and I love it. I think that's a good way to kind of wrap up.
That is. We will be back in the future with another off-topic, more Star Wars focus. I think we could probably do a whole hour or so on Star Wars quite easily.
Oh, at least.
Oh yeah, I would looking forward to Star Wars. Yeah, a lot of strong opinions will be released, but you know what? I think most people, if they're not convinced by the end of the podcast, I will convince them. I have very strong opinions.
We'll plan for it. I think that'd be a good idea
That will be.
to do.
Well, hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Bye.